The Salt Lake City Girls, season 6, episode 4, Petty Little Lies. Yeah, this episode, everybody's being pretty petty on this one. Like, we left off at that whole Lisa dinner, whatever the fuck she was trying to have. Excuse my language. But anywho, she's going after Angie, like, telling her that she done said all these things about her, the worst thing that she could ever say to her. And, she don't even own all these salons with all the stuff that she talking. She only own 1.5 worth of salons and this and this and that. And so Andrew's like, what? Like, why are you coming after me and my businesses and my salons? Like, I never went around like bragging about, oh, I'm Angie and I got 6 salons and this and that. No, 1.5. Girl, what? Be quiet. What, you doing your research on me or something? Like, please. I do French fries, you do franchise. So from here, it escalates a little bit further because Angie is, like, okay, dig for dig, okay? She bites at the fact that Lisa is a terrible businesswoman when it comes to her son's shampoo conditioner line. I think it's called Lone Wolf or something like that. Something Wolf. I'm going to say Lone Wolf for now. And of course, Lisa like, what? Kids? Ben, I don't let you shit. Like, okay, like she, how when Meredith goes at it, it's one thing. But when Lisa does it, it's like all of this, like her veins and everything, we starting to pop out, right? You question everything I have. What are you talking about? How dare you? So here Heather was like, okay. Ladies, let's cut the crap because both of y'all, why are we going low like this? Okay? Like, Lisa, listen. We was talking about you at the camp. That is very much true. But what y'all doing here now, both of y'all, we can't have this. We don't want y'all, we don't want this. So, and in this, she's trying to tell Lisa that, I mean, listen, I understand where you're coming from, this hostility, you were vulnerable and you're in your vulnerable moments, having everyone question you and, come at you, this and this and that. So with that, it does kind of calm the ladies down a little bit. And it gives Lisa a chance to, I guess, apologize to Angie. I'm saying, I guess, apologize, because was it a real apology? I don't think so. But she says, I mean, I love you and everything, but girl, you hurt me to my core. With all the stuff that she was talking about me at the camp. And again, it's like, girl, you coming at Angie when everybody was talking about you. And it was Bronwyn who started it. Like, come on now. Bronwyn started it. Angie chimed in. And Whitney came in with the alley slam dunk on it, right? So with this, Angie says, okay, well, I love you too. Let's try to be cool or whatever. I don't know. Lisa looks at Heather and she says, Heather, I love you so much. Like, through all the honesty and everything, you ride hard for me and I'm your biggest champion. So of course, Heather is elated, like, oh my God, Lisa loves me. Like, okay, goodness, she does. And, she's just trying to tell the ladies, or at least all the ladies in this point, like, I just be, I say a lot of things, and I don't mean them, guys. I'm so sorry. I love you. But when it comes to Bronwyn, girl, different story. Oh, no. Yeah, so basically she looks at Bronwyn and just tell her, like, look, we got a lot of things to work on. Yes, me and you do. And I just wanted to say that there's a lot of things that I see and acknowledge in you that you probably just didn't, I guess, notice or catch on that, or believe that I actually, care for you in whatever type of way. Okay. So of course, Bronwyn, like, okay, I accept that. But I just want to say that, for me, I didn't take any pride in talking about any of those allegations against you. I just did it because I wanted you to stop talking about me. And, whatever, we can move on from there if we can. And, I accept what you said. She accept what I said. So Lisa's like, okay, cool. Cheers, cheers, everybody. I love you. And we all should be good. At least that's what Angie thought. Now, Mary always got to be weird. We see her and Heather go out to eat, and she was going to order some margaritas or tequilas or something. They was talking about how Heather drank too much at the little thing. She's like, yeah, I drank your drink and I drank Angie's drink. And Mary was like, ooh, tequila. Yeah, no, me, I don't like that. I don't drink tequila. It just tastes like hospital a little bit. And of course, Heather, right? Hospital has, okay. Rewind the tape. Hospital smell when she tried to come at Jen Shaw. Tequila tastes like hospital. I didn't know hospital had a taste, okay? And this just brought up taste and smell. If anybody know what I'm talking about, see, we here. And I keep, a damn mosquito had bit me right there. So it's like kind of irritating me. Whitney and Justin. Okay, Whitney over there at home making Justin putting that pole back up, with these businesses failing and things like that. I guess she just got a little bit more time on her hands to, think about herself and just try to get back to herself. That Whitney was me. Like, with that first season, I was like, okay, all the ladies, me and her was here. Because the same things that she was mentioning was the same thing that I enjoyed. But I ain't like an airhead like her, though. Okay, I'm the fun side of Whitney. Yeah, that was me. So we flip around to Bronwyn and Lisa. Okay, they decided that we actually need to sit down and talk without the other ladies so that we can actually figure this out. With all the extra noise, things like that. Lisa starts off by just saying that, she does want to apologize because some harsh things were said, very, or should I say damaging things were said. And it mostly stems from the stuff she said about Bronwyn's daughter's daddy's family. Okay. So as we all know, Bronwyn, Bronwyn and Lisa were close enough that Bronwyn thought that, okay, I'm comfortable with this lady. I can share and open up about my life. Things that I never really opened up about with other people, but she seems cool with me, so she's going to share. And remember, she's seen a picture, okay? And that's how that's how the conversation opened up, because Lisa's, oh, I know who that is. You know who that is? Like, yeah, that's my baby daddy. Oh, that's your baby daddy. I didn't even know he had kids. Oh, for real? Well, he do in his minds, and his family be acting like they don't know that we over here and we exist, right? So from that, Lisa said some things on the after show or something like that, maybe a couple things on the blogs. And Todd, Gwen, and Bronwyn obviously did not appreciate none of that. I can't remember how the family felt. I think the family just kind of wanted to, at that point, reach out. But, things, that's up between the daughter and the family, right? But when it comes to Lisa and Bronwyn, that was like that was a dig that I didn't want you. It's a button you ain't supposed to touch, right? And then why would you use that to come after me, right? That's not how you want to use it, weaponize it. There we go. Couldn't think of the damn word. Weaponize this towards me, right? So with that, yeah, Bronwyn was like, all right, we started off really good. Like, that's why I opened up to you. But now we're doing this downward spiral of who can basically get to the bottom the fastest, who can reach hell, who can get the hell the quickest, is basically how she's saying it, right? Because Bronwyn's only reacting off of what Lisa is doing. And that's what she's trying to explain to Lisa. So, of course, Lisa's like, okay, cool. We are doing this dumbass tit for tat stuff. They do bring up the fact that Lisa was mad that, okay, at the party, you brought up John. I can't remember how she said John's name, but whatever, you said John. So for Lisa, it was like, girl, you disrespected me. And Bronwyn's like, all I said was that, what'd she say? maybe John is stressed out or something, right? So from that, you jumped at me and said, bitch, you suck out dick. So comparing the two, girl, yeah, you was coming at me a little bit harsh, right? So yeah, tit for tat. So they agreed that, okay, well, how about you don't talk about Todd? How about you don't talk about John? And how about we don't talk about these kids, okay? Because yeah, they ain't got nothing to do with none of this. This is between me and you, okay? So from that, speaking of kids, we just roll into talking about life, right? Like we regular now, okay? The kids is good, Gwen is good, Jack and them is good. With that, I guess Brown just opens up a little bit just to say that, we are very high strong women, you know. I could be a little rigid, a little edgy, you loud and you cold over there, so it's some things I gotta change about myself, and I'm noticing that maybe, she probably could have got some of the things from her mother, okay? Mary and her cousin, what's her cousin name? Joe, Big Joe. We see Mary at church, at her church. Remember, she got that Pentecostal guy. I don't even remember the name of it, but this is actually the first time we done seen her at this church in a while. I feel like last season we probably didn't even touch her at the church. Maybe not. But anyway, she done did some remodeling up in there, trying to upgrade a little bit. Obviously, she says she hasn't been there in a while. She must have took a little vacation or something for herself. Had somebody else must have been running the congregation. We do know that this is a family thing. Her grandmother was the head that started it all. And from that, she inherited it, but pretty much everybody else, or most of the family, I would say, is probably still involved. We just not gonna get all the names and ends and all the details to that, because it ain't all our business, right? But they just talking about, Rob Jr., how he's trying to, get through. They bring up Mary's mother. So it would be nice to get more into details of Mary's life, because that's the only reason why I started the whole show of Salt Lake City in the first place, was because I saw this black lady on here, and I heard she married her step grandfather. So, but we never got enough details out of it, right? So from this, the sun is going down, so I am losing a little bit of light, just in case it's starting to get a little dark on, and I can't find my damn ring light. But anywho, so when she married Big Robert Sr., her mother thought that she, obviously being she must be the oldest daughter, I'm guessing, would be the one to take over and inherit the church and things of that nature, right? It didn't happen, because grandma said, I want Mary to do this, and Mary gonna do what she gonna do. When grandma died, mama tried to take over, but family got involved and they put a stop to it. So what it sounds like is Mary must have, I'm guessing, maybe threw her mama some money and said, look, you can take this and you go on and do what you gonna do. And she did. Okay, so their relationship was just never on the right path, or never stronger together, right? But her mama did pass at some point in the last few years, and with that, Mary is feeling some type of way, right? Because technically she never got no closure with that relationship with her mom, but it is what it is, and she has to, get up, put her boots on, and spread the word. Okay, so this is where things get a little bit interesting, because Angie over there playing around in her salon talking about she want to renew her cosmetologist license, cosmetology. Is that how Medea said? Cosmetology. Anyway, playing in Heather head talking about let me give you a perm, which I don't even think she put no type of chemicals in there at all. She didn't even put on her apron smock thing that they supposed to be wearing. But anywho, girl talk. She goes on to say that this random girl comes into my salon, and she says she's an assistant to Lisa, and she was sent here to pick up all of the Lone Wolf merch product. Okay, so Angie okay, she packs it all up, gives it to the girl, and here comes a text from Lisa talking about hey, I Venmo'd you the money, and if you want, I can send some cleaners to your salon to clean it up since it's so dusty up in there. So Angie what? I thought we was cool, Heather. I thought we was cool. And Heather well, I did too. What's going on? That's crazy. So what else did she say? So she reads the message that she said. It says something to the effect of she sent $600 to, no. This is Angie sending a message back to Lisa in response to sending the Venmo and cleaners can come clean up her dusty salon. So she okay, well, bitch, you could have sent that $600 to the people that you owe the money to. How about that? And my salon is not dusty. What's dusty is them dang products that was sitting in here for 2 years not selling nothing because Mama Jer wasn't in here with her advertisement, flags going on with the sale or nothing, but you in here promoting all the other type stuff, right? Come on now. So Lisa responds with saying something to the effect of, well, at least I ain't got to go on vacation using a credit card that I'm not supposed to be using. So Lisa well, what the heck does that mean? I thought Lisa was the one that was using cards that wasn't hers behind John's back, right? So is she trying to throw her own rumors against me? I thought we was good. So Heather well, girl, listen, I'm trying to be with you and be on your side, because she Lisa friend here. But I can't, if you're going to keep taking digs at her, you have to have a different approach, basically, because Angie's well, I don't know what to do. I'm so mad. I want to go, do I keep going low on her or what? And, because she made some type of comment about her hair and stuff. So that's where Heather was listen, we just need to find a new approach. So we're going to have to figure it out. Brittany, listen. She was not listening to Brittany at all. I mean, Brittany. They go shopping somewhere, and Brittany decides to apologize to Whitney because she realized with that little spat they had between each other when her trying to defend Lisa, she realized, well, dang, I was coming at her for the same stuff they was coming at Lisa for. So, dang, I kind of feel bad about what I was going through and what I said. So I apologize for that, right? Still not understanding the whole concept of a fight and why Whitney did that too, came back at her like that, right? Because you came at me. So I rebutted you, child. I rebutted you. Girl, Whitney just don't understand. And she goes on to say that, her and, be quiet. You hear him? Rocky, that's my dog. So she I'm still dating Jared, but we're taking this slow. We're working our way up to the engagement wedding type thing. But it's the kids. Our kids is just not cool with us being together. So of course Whitney's well, if your daughter is telling you these things that, choosing these men over your daughters, right? Brittany, I thought you knew better than this. Maybe she don't, but not everybody's got that motherly instinct thing that they supposed to have, right? Which is you have these kids and they kind of, you attach yourself to them forever. This unspoken love or whatever it is, it's unexplainable. She must not have that with her kids or her daughters because she wouldn't be doing this or going through this with them. They don't want you messing with this man. Girl, you need to dump him. And Whitney is literally holding her on the shoulder, shaking her like, are you hearing me, Brittany? If you need to break up with that man to go and be with your daughter, you need to break up with that man. You need to stop dating, even if it's whoever, man. You need to stop, drop, and roll. Go get your baby back. And I swear Brittany was just staring at her like, yeah, you might be right. Yeah. Because breaking up with Jared, I can't believe you told me that. Like she's not gonna. She loved that man more than she loved her daughter. Sorry, Olivia. That's the one. Your mama ain't no good. Ooh, man. So Bronwyn and her mother. Okay, so Bronwyn's first season, we didn't get to really know her that much outside of a little bit of Todd here, a little bit of daughter here. But yeah, this mother situation, mama. I guess we see where she gets her little cold, harsh rigidness from. Okay, Bronwyn is the youngest of three. Okay. Her mother and father, very Mormon, strict rules, way of life. I think he was a whole preacher. Okay. Bronwyn strayed from that way of life that you're supposed to, no smoking, no drinking, no premarital sex, and none of that type of stuff. But girl did what she did. Had her boyfriend, boop de boop, going off to college. We're supposed to be off to college. Pregnancy. What her mama do? Okay, we don't have, no abortions and things like that, because I'm sure all religions don't believe in such things. But what you ain't gonna do is be happy that you done got this baby that's not planned and you're not married. So no baby showers, no baby reveals, no cakes, no balloon confettis, no nothing. You just gonna be the girl that's pregnant over there. Wow. Your sisters pregnant at the same time and they getting all the praise and the glory. Oh, yeah. Bronwyn went through it for a minute at that time because they was treating her like shit, okay? Your mama and them was treating your ass just like crap. So with that, obviously, she has this thing to be good, to be better, to on the right path, to show her mother that I am good, and I am worthy, and I am accomplished, and I am these things. I'm not that girl who just got pregnant out of wedlock and all this type of stuff. Like I literally had a boyfriend. I wasn't just out here in the streets just randomly. You know what I'm saying? We was literally boyfriend, girlfriend, and stuff like that. But with that, they have a very big, like that's the differences between them. Okay, strict Mormon parenting versus open relationship parenting that she has with Gwen. Like, no girl, you need to be on her ad, you need to be on her foot, you need to do this, you need to do that. Because when Gwen got a whole boyfriend, they living together. Her mom like, I would never do none of that type of stuff. Are you serious? And of course, Brian like, well, no, that's the way to do it these days. You see what you did, it'll work out for me. Nah, because I still, you know what I'm saying? And in this conversation, listen, Mama was shutting Brown down. I was trying to, I was trying to throw her some bones, but it's your mama. I know if I'm arguing with mines, yeah, she probably gonna shut me down at some point. I mean, I'm gonna try to get her, we're gonna try to show them that we know we talk about why you try to play me, because you can't whoop me no more. But all they gotta do is hit you with that boom boom. You be like, oh shit, you're right. So she hit it with that, yeah, Bronwyn, I don't care what you thinking that you is, but I'm gonna always remind you that you ain't no good. You ain't too good. And you gonna remember where you came from, okay? So I said, oh, Mama got you on that one. She got Bronwyn on that. That's the only thing I can say, girl. Bitch, she gonna keep reminding you. Which ain't, hey. Is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? It's a stressful thing. That's what I see. I see it. I'm like, I see it. I don't know how they gonna be doing when they gotta live together like this, but prayers for Bronwyn and her mother. All right, so Angie says, I'm gonna go hang out with Meredith today, okay? So, her and Angie ain't necessarily been friends or nothing like that, but they trying, okay? They trying. So, Angie's like, okay, how's it going? Of course, Meredith, since we didn't really get much of this, is kind of the first time we got Meredith here, except for the first part of it. She's updating her jewelry store to a caviar lounge / jewelry store. Okay, so that's interesting. I don't, I ain't never really ate no caviar, fish eggs. It just never, it doesn't sound appetizing. As a kid, I seen it was black little balls, and I was like, no, like, watching the grown-ups eating this stuff. So I think ever since then I just said no. But caviar lounge, like, really, do people eat caviar like that? I don't know. Maybe they do, but like I said, it just never was my thing. I don't know. So Angie goes on and say, so you talked to Lisa lately? Did you hear from her? I'm sure it would. If you have, I'm sure you might have heard some things of what she might have did to me or said to me, right? So Meredith is like, okay, I mean, maybe, but listen, let's give Lisa a little bit of grace here, because when you talk about kids, we can, we all know it's very reactionary. Like, we can go there, right? So, and she's like, okay, that's fine. And I'm trying to give her grace, okay? But I just want you to know, because you are her friend, that when me and you were going through our little tiff, our little riff that we had, our little disagreement, Lisa was behind your back calling me, telling me to do research, Google, your family members, your relatives. She was sending me names, numbers. I know about bankruptcies. I know about shoplifting, like intimate details about, about some things, about some of your peoples, right? Look, maybe you and your peoples, okay? So with that, she wanted me to use it as ammo to intimidate you, so that, to get you to get off my back a little bit, right? So, Lisa talking about me? Are you sure? I didn't know this. And she said, yeah, she's doing research on you. She's doing research on me. She's doing research on everybody. And she's gathering all these little pieces of information, because she's using it when she gets the right chance to come after somebody. That's when she's gonna throw it at you, right? So, but I wasn't gonna do that, and I never did, obviously, because we never did get to that point of where she would do that. So of course Meredith is looking. You know how Meredith be staring, just be looking. Okay, Meredith, I ain't gonna lie, Meredith was looking good in this scene. I like the whole little fit she had on, little glasses to match. I said, okay, girl, whatever. Look, you and Seth over there stuff for y'all game. So I ain't gonna lie. Seth looking better than her though. I ain't gonna look. Is it the beard or what? Anywho, Meredith is just a little baffled, because like, I don't understand why Lisa would do something like that, because me and her is good. So why? Why? And should I even believe Angie, because Angie been lying about me since day one and all this, right? So Meredith's like, well, Lisa is loyal. She's a loyal friend. To me, it doesn't really sound right, but I am going to have to go and talk to her, and I'm going to ask her about it. And Angie says, okay, fine, go ahead. I'm just going to let you know that, she said this word for word, and then it cuts off to be continued. So I was like, word for word, what? I was ready to write that down, but we never did get to it. So it is what it is. We got to wait. This is an okay episode, I say, we got I wouldn't say we smoothed out some of the beefs, but we got a little bit of better understanding between Bronwyn and Lisa. And this Angie versus Lisa is growing. Woo, out of nowhere. This is crazy. Just because she called you Jen Shaw. After Bronwyn, the one that's spilled all the beans. I can't believe it. Does she think she's not strong enough to go after Bronwyn? That could be it. Okay, because Angie, she be looking like she can't fight, even though she do be bucking up. But Bronwyn, girl, she had a baby at 19, bitch. That bitch can fight. Nah, I'm just playing. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. We'll get on to the next episode or whatever next show. Peace. And I will sit at my kitchen table or something so that I won't be losing light. I just recorded this a little bit too late. But anywho, bye, because you can see me anyway. Girl, I'm acting like I'm crispy black. Bye.